All right, ladies and gentlemen. I should tell you this. So last night, this is just, you know, we used to do name drop Fridays. So we used to do around here, and then I ran out of names to drop. And my life became so narrow that I couldn't, you know, how many times can you talk about someone you met 25 years ago? And so that got a little bit old. But I took my first, I don't know that I've ever done this. And I've met a lot of, you know, I've had the opportunity to be around a lot of like well-known figures and some celebrities and whatnot. But I think last night was the first time I ever took a selfie with somebody.
Hell yeah.
In my entire life. And so I was called in to do Chris Hayes' program to talk about the firing of Shulkin and the possible privatization of the VA. And when I got there, they told me, oh, you got bumped. And they bumped me later into the program to talk about something else because they got Shulkin, who apparently they felt knew more about his firing than I might, which, okay, look, dubious, but not a completely out of, you know, not a completely unforgivable mistake. But the good news was that meant that I was hanging around in the, not so much the green room, but the staging area type of situation. And who walks in but a guy who's going to be a guest on the show later, and it is Carter Page.
Hey, hi, Sam.
And I find this guy fascinating.
We all do.
And a lot of us do here. And I was, you know, texting back and forth with a couple. In fact, I was texting back and forth with today's guest, John Benjamin. Like, he texted me, he goes, are you going out to dinner with Carter Page? And I took a picture of both of us. And I said, yes, we're going to the Russian tea room after the show. And, but I started getting into a conversation with him. And because he heard me talk about the privatization of the VA, or that's what I was supposed to talk about. And he goes, you know, that's exactly what happened to me. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, the privatization of the CIA and the FBI. And I'm like, the privatization of the CIA and the FBI? And he goes, yes, with the dodgy dossier. And he called it the dodgy dossier to me.
I did. It's the dodgy dossier.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
We were just saying, it's like, it's if you run into like one of those, like a sitcom character who does his catchphrase. It would be like running into like Jason Alexander, and I'm going yada yada yada.
But it'd be cool if he was like that. He's like, "All right, look, kid, what do you want?"
Oh, I met
Henry. Got it.
I met Henry Winkler last night, and when he saw me, he was just like, "Hey!" And so he's telling me like that they privatized the CIA and FBI by using the dodgy dossier, and I said, well, that's not really privatization, isn't it? I mean, isn't privatization, I mean, like, 'cause we have the FBI and the CIA, they use contractors, but they commission them to do jobs. Privatization is that they commission them to do jobs that the government was doing prior. Are you suggesting that the FBI or the CIA commissioned someone to do the, and I said it, dodgy dossier? You know, you want to speak in the local parlance.
Want to share the circle.
And he said, and he was like, he just sort of like stared at me like what a strange question to ask. And he's like, it's possible. It's maybe.
Was he saying it like, you're evil and I hate you? Or was it like, will you be my lawyer and my friend?
Honestly, like, and then if you watch the interview with him, he like completely seems like I had no idea you were going to ask me questions. Like there's that quality of it. And when he came back off of doing his hit, he comes up to me and he's like, I said that part about the privatization. And I was like, okay. He's an interesting fellow.
You have been the Edward R. Murrow of this whole process.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And here is...